Ever wondered what it'd be like to meet a time traveler from the future? Picture this, a figure from an era yet to come, bearing tales of tomorrow and knowledge of what's yet to unfold. Time travel, a concept that has stirred the human imagination for centuries, has been a cornerstone of science fiction and popular culture. From H.G. Wells's The Time Machine to the Back to the Future trilogy, our fascination with this idea is unending. Yet, it's not merely about the allure of the unknown, it's the tantalizing possibilities that time travel presents. Could we alter our pasts or peep into our futures? Could we unlock the mysteries of history or witness events yet to happen? The theories are countless, the conjectures endless. Now, imagine for a moment that you encounter a time traveler. What would you do? What would you ask? The enigma of time travel is indeed a captivating riddle waiting to be unraveled. First, let's delve into the science behind time travel. Could it ever be possible? Time travel has been a fascinating concept, captivating the human imagination for ages. But to understand its potential reality, we must turn to the realm of physics. At the heart of our understanding of time travel lies a revolutionary theory proposed by one of the greatest minds humanity has ever known, Albert Einstein. His theory of relativity, formulated in the early 20th century, provides some intriguing insights into the nature of time. Einstein suggested that space and time are not separate entities but are interwoven into a single continuum known as space-time. He proposed that the fabric of space-time could be curved by mass and energy, resulting in phenomena like gravity. This curvature also means that time isn't universal. It can run differently depending on where you are and how fast you're moving. This is a concept known as time dilation. Time dilation is a difference in the elapsed time as measured by two observers, due to a relative velocity between them or to a difference in gravitational potential between their locations. For instance, an astronaut traveling at near light speed in space would age slower than people on Earth. This isn't just theoretical. Experiments and observations have confirmed this effect. So, could this allow for time travel? Theoretically, yes. If you could travel at near light speed or be near an extremely massive object, you could experience time dilation significant enough to travel into the future. But what about the past? That's trickier. Some solutions to Einstein's equations do suggest the possibility of wormholes, shortcuts through space-time that could potentially allow for backward time travel. But these solutions require conditions we've yet to discover or create in reality. Time travel, therefore, remains a tantalizing possibility, albeit one fraught with scientific and philosophical challenges. We're still far from building a working time machine, but the laws of physics, as we currently understand them, do not entirely preclude the concept. So, as mind-bending as it may sound, science doesn't completely rule out the possibility of time travel. Now, back to our original question. What would happen if you met a time traveler? Imagine the scene. You're going about your daily routine when you suddenly encounter an individual who seems out of place, out of time. They claim to be a time traveler. Your initial reaction might be disbelief or even amusement. But let's consider the potential scenarios and reactions in more detail. Firstly, the time traveler might behave differently from us. Think about it. They're from a different time period. Their mannerisms, language, even their clothing could be strange and unfamiliar. They might have a hard time blending in, sticking out like a sore thumb in our modern world. Secondly, they might know things that we don't. They could be privy to future events or have knowledge of technologies that haven't been invented yet. This could make them seem omniscient, creating a sense of awe or even fear. Thirdly, proving their claims could be a tricky business. They might provide predictions of future events, but until those events actually occur, it could be hard to verify their claims. They might show off advanced technology, but without a proper scientific understanding, we might dismiss it as a clever trick or illusion. In such a scenario, your reaction could range from curiosity to skepticism, from fear to fascination. You might try to probe them for more information about the future, or you might try to expose them as a fraud. However, it's important to remember that this encounter would be just as strange for the time traveler as it would be for you. They would be in a world that's alien to them, surrounded by people who might not believe their extraordinary claim. So how you react would ultimately depend on you. Would you be open to the possibility, willing to listen and learn? Or would you reject it outright, clinging to the familiar and the known? Meeting a time traveler would undoubtedly be a mind-boggling experience filled with questions, doubts, and perhaps a bit of fear. But isn't that what makes the concept of time travel so fascinating? The unknown, the unpredictable, the sheer possibility of it all. But what if you could communicate with this time traveler? What could be the consequences? Let's delve into a concept that's often associated with time travel, the butterfly effect. It's a term borrowed from chaos theory, where minute changes can lead to massive, unpredictable consequences. Picture a butterfly fluttering its wings in the Amazon rainforest, and the seemingly insignificant wind disturbance setting off a chain of meteorological events that culminate in a tornado in Texas. This is the butterfly effect, and it's a metaphor for how tiny changes in the past could drastically change the course of the future. Imagine, if you will, a time traveler from the future visits the past and accidentally steps on a bug. A bug that was supposed to bite a young boy, giving him a fever and inspiring him to become a doctor when he grows up. Without the bug, the boy chooses a different path, and the future loses a great medical mind who might have discovered the cure for a deadly disease. This is the butterfly effect in action, and it's why time travel could be so consequential. Now let's consider the ethical implications. If you had the power to change history, would you? What if you could prevent a tragedy, but in doing so inadvertently cause another? The potential for unintended consequences is vast, and the moral responsibility immense. It's no longer just about exploring the wonders of time, but also about navigating a minefield of potential disasters. Time travel also poses a significant threat to personal identity. If changing the past alters the future, then who are we really? Are we the sum of our experiences, or are we defined by the future that's been altered by our past actions? These are profound questions that challenge our understanding of self and reality. In conclusion, time travel isn't just a fascinating concept, it's a complex and potentially dangerous one, fraught with ethical dilemmas and unforeseen consequences. So, while the allure of time travel is undeniably compelling, we must also consider the ripple effects of our actions. For in the world of time travel, even the smallest ripple can become a tidal wave. But let's bring it back to reality. What's the current state of time travel research? The concept of time travel has long been the stuff of science fiction, but is there any truth to it? Could we really hop into a DeLorean, crank it up to 88 miles per hour, and find ourselves in another era? Well, the reality is we're not quite there yet. Scientists have been wrestling with the idea of time travel for years, and there have been some fascinating developments. One of the most groundbreaking is the work of physicist Kip Thorne, who postulated that wormholes might be the key. These are theoretical passages through space-time that could create shortcuts for long journeys across the universe, or perhaps even through time itself. However, the challenge is that wormholes are inherently unstable. They would require some form of exotic matter with negative energy to keep them open, and such a substance is not known to exist. Another avenue of research is exploring the possibilities offered by quantum mechanics. The world of the very small operates under very different rules, and some scientists believe that it might hold the key to time travel. There's the idea of quantum superposition, where particles can be in multiple places at the same time, and quantum entanglement, where particles can affect each other instantaneously over vast distances. Could these principles be harnessed to achieve time travel? The jury is still out. The reality is that time travel, as we currently understand it, is fraught with challenges. Theoretical possibilities abound, but the practical implementation is another matter entirely. We're grappling with the limits of our understanding of the universe, and every step forward also reveals more questions. While we're not quite ready to jump into a time machine just yet, the concept of time travel continues to captivate us, pushing the boundaries of our understanding and imagination. As we continue to probe the mysteries of the universe, who knows what fascinating secrets we'll uncover next? Time travel might remain in the realm of science fiction for now, but the future is anything but written. So what if you met a time traveler? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? We've embarked on quite the journey today, discussing the fascinating concept of time travel, its scientific theories, and its tantalizing possibilities. We've considered the potential scenarios of crossing paths with a time traveler, from the exhilarating to the downright unnerving. We've also delved into the butterfly effect, that compelling idea suggesting even the smallest action can cause significant ripples in the timeline. Moreover, we've examined the current state of time travel research, acknowledging that while we've yet to invent a working time machine, the scientific community is far from giving up on this captivating quest. As we draw to a close, it's important to remember that the realm of time and space remains largely uncharted territory. As we continue to explore the mysteries of time and space, who knows what possibilities the future might hold? Until then, keep asking questions, stay curious, and keep exploring the unknown.